Welcome to Creative Tian channel. Today I'm going to knit a neck warmer with ruffle edges. You can see I have my LK150 shortened because I'm traveling. After I take out one center piece, it can be a smaller size, so it will fit in my luggage, and then I can just put it together after I get into a hotel. To shorten the LK150, you can just unscrew the plate in the back, but you cannot really shorten it too much because you still need a piece for the mast and the roll counter. For this project, I have two different thickness of yarns. This is the same color, but this is thicker. It's like a DK way, but actually it's pretty thick, almost like a worsted. And this one is much thinner. I would say it's the sports weight. And I'm going to use the thinner one as a ruffled edge and the thicker one as a center. So first I'm going to need a ruffled edge, and for this I'm going to make it very simple. I will just need a very long and narrow panel. I start with 7 stitches and do a simple Ewrap. I'll use tension 3 for the ruffle, and I will use bigger tension for the main piece. So I'm just going to knit the stockinette stitches back and forth. For the neck warmer, I want it to be around 20 inches. So for the ruffle, you need a lot more to fold it in. So I will do about 30 inches or longer. And place on the waist yarn before I take it off the machine. Now I change to waist yarn and knit a few rows. So now we have a very long piece. I have 200 rows, and I'm going to do another same one. I have it arranged in group of 5 needles and skip one, and on both sides I have 3 stitches. Because I took out my numbering when I'm shortening it, so I don't see the number here. But I have 14 of the repeat of the 5 stitches plus 1 empty stitches, and then 3 needles on each side. And I did my Ewrap. After the Ewrap, I'm going to hand the ruffle piece back to the machine. Before I start it, I can steam it a little bit to make it more open and less curl. I just start with the side without the waist yarn and try to place it back evenly. And we try to overlap a little bit like that to create the ruffle. I try to hand it evenly first. I start with the outside stitch, and then the center, and then center of this part, and then the center again. And I will keep doing that until I hand all the stitches back to the needles. I have the pearl side facing me, but if you want, you can turn the right side facing you too. So the pearl side will be the outside. It's up to you. You can see the ruffle here. If you want it to have a deeper ruffle, you have to knead the strip longer, so you will have deeper folds. After we hang the ruffle, we can push it back and hang some weight, and then we can start kneading. I have tension file. I need about 45 rows. Now I'm ready to hang the other ruffle. This is what it looks like. Now we'll hang the ruffles just the same as the beginning, except we'll have the right side facing us. So when we are done, the right side will be facing out. And we'll continue picking up the center stitch and hand it back to the needle to finish this row. Now I hang the ruffles back. I will push all the needles out and push the knittings to the back. This makes it easier to knit the next row. And now I'm going to knit one row and bind off. I'm going to bind off directly on the machine. You can cut a long piece of yarn and sew it up. This is a finished piece before we sew it up. You can see the skipped stitch make it look like a ribbon, and the ruffle on top and bottom. Now we just need to fold in half and sew it up here. You can use matrix stitch or any stitch to sew it up, because any seam will be inside, so you will not notice it. If you want to make it wider and not too tight, you can cast down more stitches and knit more rows for the ruffle. Instead of 200, maybe 230 or 20. So you can adjust the pattern easily. You can also make it into an infinity scarf. It will look nicer if we give it a steam. Thank you for watching today, and see you next time.